Hi, this is Paul Acevedo of Windows Phone Central, here with part 1 of our beginner's guide to Order and Chaos Online from Gameloft. We're playing this on Windows Phone 8, but this guide applies to all versions of the game. We'll go through character creation real quick. You can choose from 5 different races: human and elf. These are both order or good races. Mendel, which is a neutral race and quite ugly. Orc and undead. Those are chaos or bad races. Each kind can be male or female. There are 4 different classes to play as. The warrior can develop into a DPS, that's damage per second type character, or a tank, which is a character that can take a lot of damage. Mage is a ranged DPS class. That means they need to be far away to fight effectively. They can develop either fire or ice spells. Monk, which is what I'm actually playing right now, can be either a healer or a DPS buff character. A buff character is someone who provides stat bonuses to other characters or himself. Then Ranger can be ranged DPS as an archer, or a melee DPS using assassin skills. Here I am with my level 19 character. Part of customizing your character is developing their talents. That's what determines, which subset of the class they are in. Hit the spells menu, then go over to talents, and you can see how the character has developed. You don't earn any skill points until level 5, at which point you get 1 point. Every time you level up after that, you get 1 skill point, and you can allocate those on these 3 things on the left, or switch to the second category and spend them on that. With this guy, first thing I did was improve his rapid healing so he could heal himself. And then to get to the next tier, you will have to have spent a certain number of points on the lower tiers. Here's a good example. You have to have spent at least 15 points to get to this, so you'll just have to develop some other things if you want to be able to use Fire of Faith. Basically how it works. You can spend points between the 2 different subsets, but if you want to get to these high level spells and abilities, then you need to put a lot of points into just one and get as far as you want in this skill tree, and then switch over to the other style. You can just run around looking for people who might give you quests. They're identified by a certain yellow symbol above them. You can see here's one such person. I can either get a quest from this person or turn a quest into him. So he offers a quest that I can choose to accept or just ignore for now. But that is not the only way to determine whether there are quests around. If you look at your mini-map up here, you can see that guy appears on the mini-map as a symbol, and so does another guy to the northwest. So let's walk over there, and it's this lady in here. So whenever you enter a new area, especially a town, it is always wise to look at the main map and zoom in as much as you can, and you'll hopefully be able to detect the yellow symbols. Sometimes they're clustered really close together. But anyway, that is a really good way to determine where they are instead of just exploring every little building. Here is the quest log. You can have up to 12 quests at a time, and it tells you how many you've got right there. If you are all filled up on quests and you really want to take another quest for some reason, you will have to either complete one or just drop it. You can drop one by selecting it and choosing to drop. You'll notice that these quest names are in different colors. The colors mean something. If the quest name is in gray, that means it is designed for characters several levels lower than you, and it will be very easy to complete. If it is in green, as some of these are, it's for characters a few levels lower than you, and it should be fairly easy. Yellow quests are designed for the same level as you, and they would be the default difficulty. Orange quests would be slightly above your level, and so they would be hard. And then red quests are well above your level, and they'll really be tough. Also, this doesn't apply to any of the quests I have, but if the background to a quest is in blue, that means it's ready to be turned in. So if you're trying to knock quests out in a hurry, then you might just select your blue ones and run and turn them in. Whatever quest you have selected as your primary quest will cause a blue arrow to appear, and that's going to point you in the right direction. Unfortunately, the game does not tell you exactly where the destination is in most instances, so you'll just have to kind of run over that way. Say I know I need to go down here. I could just cut straight across to it, but often you'll end up running across mountains or just a lot of enemies. It's much safer to stick to the path for as long as you can, and then branch off right at the end. Traveling between different destinations, and especially regions, which are different sections of the map, can be very time consuming if you do it by foot. So the fastest way to get around is by teleportation. There's a lot of teleport masters. There's usually one in each town. Here's one in Belshol. Each teleport master can send you to a certain number of locations, sometimes only one location, sometimes more than one. So I tap to the right, and now I see he can take me to Greenmont or Silence. We'll go to Greenmont. You just double tap the place you want to go, and you'll have to pay a certain amount of money. It can be a little bit expensive right at first. Now we're going to Greenmont. Alright, I've just arrived in Greenmont. I'm still at the Teleport Master. I can go anywhere from that Greenmont offers from her. Or let's walk around and find the Teleport Salesman. This guy sells teleportation wings. These take you to one specific location, and they are level locked, so you have to be level 20 before you can go to Glimmermoor, for instance. So this guy sells Silence and Belshol ones. I could go back to Belshol if I wanted. What's special about these is that you can carry them around, so you can use them anytime you want, anywhere in the wild during a fight, whatever you have to do. Also note that if you just want a way to sell things quickly, you might create a second character and leave that character in Greenmont near the auction house, or the Belshol auction house, and then just switch to your main account, which is this guy. Go to a mailbox. Let's find one. Okay, now anything I want to auction, I could mail to my other character by writing a letter to that character and attaching money or whatever I wanted to, then mail it to that guy, pick up the second account, sell the things on the second account, then mail the money back to your original character where you would get the money back in the mailbox. And that way you don't have to teleport back to sell stuff. You can just do it with a little character trickery. The very first item you'll get from the lottery is the Lucky Cross. It'll bring you good luck. Keep it for further use. But what does that mean? Do I hold on to it and get better drops? No. Lucky Cross does nothing on its own. But if you're in Greenmont, go to the auction house, and right in front of it you'll find this object, the Kating. Touch it, and you can trade in your Lucky Crosses for different prizes. Here's an aspect of camera control that you might not have learned when you first started playing the game. You can use pinching motions to zoom in and out. If you zoom in far enough, it switches to a first-person view. You can actually walk around and play this way. Hey, it's Elder Scrolls! Then just do the reverse to zoom back out. Sometimes you might get stuck in a place where you can't escape from, as I've just done. All the walls are too steep to escape from. So what do? Am I trapped here forever? No. Open up your menu, go to Options, Help. Yes, I do need some help. And choose to break away. This will unstick you. Once you reach level 10, you start having to pay silver every time you die. If you were below level 10, there's no penalty, but at level 10, you're going to lose some silver, which stings, but you'll make it back quickly enough.